What's up, everybody? Alvaro here from Alvaro Barrios Digital, and today it is coming back. I have not done this in a long time, but I'm going to share my screen. We're going to scroll through my Facebook newsfeed, and I will give you my honest feedback on the ads that appear for me. If it's great, I'm going to let you know that I do think it's great, but if it's terrible, I also will not hold back, and I'm happy to tarnish someone's work with regards to how they set up their Facebook ads. So without further ado, let's go have some fun and check out some ads. Okay, so here we go, top of the newsfeed. So I'm just going to start scrolling and we will see what comes up. All right, so first advertiser is Russell Brunson. So you are probably familiar with Russell Brunson. He's a pretty big name in the advertising world. He is the founder and owner of ClickFunnels. So I'm already aware of his brand right off the bat before I even read the content of his ad. So he's a big advertiser. He even has that blue check mark. So look at him go. Okay, cool. So let's start with the ad copy, and then I'll let you know what I think. So starts off with find your voice, build a tribe, change the world. You might not be an expert right now, but this free book will show you exactly how to become one while helping others. Click the link below and start transforming lives today. And then get paid for your advice, claim your free copy of Expert Secrets today, and just cover the shipping and handling. Okay, cool. So that is the copy. I am not a fan of this ad copy in any way, shape, or form. So if you've seen any of my videos in the past talking about how to properly structure your ad copy, you know how obsessive I am with regards to maximizing your real estate in the mobile news feed. So even though we're looking at desktop right now, you want to be thinking about mobile first. That's going to be 80% of your traffic. And on mobile, you only get 3 lines to show, right? So it'd actually be this right here. So while this would appear on mobile, think about how little context that actually provides, right? So you're scrolling, all of a sudden you see someone say, find your voice, build a tribe, change the world. It's like, okay, well, that's a lot of stuff to pack into just 3 lines. A lot of big statements, I should say. But like, what is this even referring to? Is it referring to entrepreneurs? Is it referring to some sort of charitable or organization? What the heck is it? So I'm saying this assuming you don't already know who Russell Brunson is. I know that his target audience is other entrepreneurs, but you might not know that, right? So that's just not a whole lot of context there to provide in the first 3 lines. Now, when you read the other lines, then you're like, okay, cool. I see what he's saying. He's going after entrepreneurs. But still, even the rest of the copy, though, notice that there's no pain points right here. It's all just benefit, and then call to action, right? And again, obviously you do want to have benefits in there, but I can tell you from experience that you need to have pain points in there. If there's no pain points, then it's very hard for you to relate to the ad, right? Because you might be looking at Russell here and saying that oh well, he doesn't understand my situation, he's maybe been rich his whole life, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah, he doesn't know what it's like to be a struggling entrepreneur, right? You totally might think that, but if he actually spoke to that and said things like, hey, I was there once too, here's my personal story, etc., then you can relate a lot more to him as an advertiser. So overall, I think the ad copy is actually extremely poor. And then the headline simply says, get paid for your advice. Again, another benefit. So literally no pain points anywhere in the ad copy. And he doesn't mention that it's a paid book, but you do have to pay for shipping and handling, other than in this part right here. And on mobile, this line does not appear, right? So if you're reading this in mobile, you're only going to see the get paid for your advice part. There's no mention of paying for shipping and handling up here. No mention of it in the headline or anything like that. It's just in this description, which again only shows up in desktop. So you might think this is a free book that you pay absolutely nothing, but you click on the ad and then you realize you do have to pay for at least shipping and handling. So it's a little bit deceptive in that sense. So make them feel confident in making that purchase before sending them over to your page. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of unqualified clicks to your page, which is going to increase your bounce rate. It's going to lower your conversion rate. That's going to send a bad signal to the algorithm, and your ad costs are going to go up. Overall, I can't say too many good things about this ad. So you might be saying, "Hey, wait a minute. This is Russell Brunson." So you're telling me that I can't look at Russell's ads and find, emulate what he's doing and find success? And this is a common trap that people fall into, is that, oh, because so-and-so is doing it, it must be a good strategy. But you have to remember, when someone's already a celebrity, and Russell Brunson certainly is a celebrity in the marketing world at least, they can get away with things that the average person cannot, right? Because again, people know Russell, they know he's a pretty well-respected source, and so he can get away with having this, bad ad copy, bad headline, subpar video, and still be successful. But if you're just average Joe or Jane and no one has ever heard of you, I can promise that if you run an ad like this, no one's gonna buy from you. Absolutely no one. So yeah, you do need to be careful of falling into that trap of like, oh, so and so, big name person is doing this, therefore it must be a good strategy. But that's not the case. So I do not recommend emulating this ad in any way, shape, or form from Russell. Cool. So that's all I have to say about that ad. Let's go ahead and keep on going down, see what else comes up. Let's see if we can get a good one here. All right, sorry. So this is just funny because Russell Brunson is the owner of ClickFunnels. So the first ad I see is of Russell Brunson, and then the second one is of ClickFunnels. So they are targeting me very hard right now. But because it's going to be so similar in terms of what's being sold or the branding, I'm going to go ahead and skip this one and go to the next one. I just want to point out how funny that is. They're going after me. Okay, cool. So here we have Screw the 9 to 5. So just full disclosure, I am already familiar with this advertiser as well. They're pretty big in the marketing space, but let's go ahead and break this down and see what they are doing. Most course creators and coaches running free launches still live with their moms. Okay, that's not an official stat, but here's the truth. Free challenges, free webinars, free evergreen funnels, and free group challenges are all dying a slow death as the market becomes more sophisticated and conversion rate drops off. The worst part, ad costs are rising and profit margins are disappearing. And that combo, well, it's enough to make the tens of thousands of course creators and coaches who were told this was the way to launch want to throw in the towel. So what's the fix? The paid launch formula. What is that? Our new paid launch crash course for existing course creators and coaches who are sick of mediocre launches, 3% conversion rates, and needy freebie seekers. Sounds like you? Hit learn more and claim your free one-on-one bonus strategy call with us. And then it comes with a headline, want bigger launches. And then in the description, this is what's working right now for course launches. I love this ad copy. This is really, really good. It's literally the polar opposite of what we just saw previously with Russell, because if you remember, my biggest gripe there was that there was not a lot of context and also there were no pain points. Here, there's lots of context and there's plenty of pain points. So first line right off the bat, most course creators and coaches running free launches still live with their moms. So again, mobile newsfeed, first three lines, right off the bat whether this ad is relevant to you or not, because they start out by calling their target audience course creators and coaches, right? So if you're not in one of those two categories, you can ignore this ad and keep on scrolling, right? But here, right, they call out their target audience, and then they also have like a funny pain point, right? So while they openly admit that that's not an official stat, they're getting to the fact that a lot of course creators and coaches are struggling. So again, calling out your audience, pain point, love it. So if you fall in that category, you're going to want to click on that see more button and read the rest of it. And then boom, common pain point here for pretty much everyone in the industry, free, all this kind of free stuff becomes more challenging, more difficult, which means your conversion rates drop. Again, another pain point here, ad costs are rising and profit margins are disappearing. And then final pain point right here, it's enough to make the tens of thousands of course creators and coaches who were told this is the way to launch to throw in the towel. So I can tell you just from experience being in this industry and working with course creators and coaches that they hit the nail on the head here in terms of what a lot of people are actually experiencing. So again, I can tell you, for sure this is resonating with their target audience, because I hear people say all these things, the exact same things that they're talking about here. I hear people talk about this all the time, either in person or in Facebook groups. So they're doing a good job. So, okay, cool. So all these pain points. What's the fix? The paid launch formula. Okay, interesting, because the vast majority of people have only heard of free launches. So that's immediately going to spark some some interest, and then it tells them that this one right here, it's specifically for people who are sick of low conversion rates. Sounds like you. Hit learn more. So really good ad overall. I would say though that it is a little bit low on the benefits. So it's kind of like the polar opposite of Russell's, where if you remember that Russell's was only benefits. Here, this is pretty much only pain points with an introduction to a solution to those pain points. So it would be better, in my opinion, if, for example, they had certain stats of like, with the paid launch formula, your conversion rates are going to increase by 10% or whatever it might be, right? Obviously they have to be ethical and make sure that their claims are true and accurate, but it would be good to have that benefit squeezed in there overall. But at the end of the day, I think for the most part this ad copy is actually very good, very strong, and I know for a fact that they're hitting pain points that resonate with their target audience. And then headline, want bigger launches. I think that could use a little bit more work, simply because, again, going back to mobile, right, you're going to see this part right here, free launches, still living with their moms, want free launches. I feel like it would, want bigger launches. I feel like it would make more sense to have a pain point and this part right here, because, for example, if it said like, tired of launches that deliver negative ROI, try this instead, right? So again, you touch upon that pain point and you're making it clear that there's a solution that you're introducing, whereas here there's nothing clear that says that you're introducing a solution other than this part right here, which again though, you don't see that on a mobile. So I don't really put a whole lot of value on this in appearing on the desktop newsfeed, because again, you really want to think about mobile, and that headline alone will not give a lot of context on mobile. I will say though that I do like their URL that they're using here, wealthycoursecreator.com, because again, that's a very benefit-driven brand name that they're using right there, and so it kind of helps them not have to say certain statements with while worrying about being rejected by Facebook ad copy, because when it's a URL, you can actually say anything you want. Whereas if they try to put wealthy course creator inside the ad copy, it would probably get rejected. But since it's a URL, they're totally fine. So overall, I think it's a great ad. I think just the main things that they need to improve on, it would be nice to have one benefit listed somewhere here, and then maybe just a little bit longer a headline that provides slightly more context. But overall, really great work from Josh and Jill from Screw the 9 to 5. All right, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a fun exercise, but also it's an educational one. When you actually take the time to look at other people's ads, both the good and the bad, it's going to help you do a better job overall, because you know what is good to take inspiration from, and you also know what you should probably avoid with your own ads. So if you found this video helpful, head on over to alvarobarros.com/FB help if you would like to work with me and my team at some point. In there, you're going to fill out a brief application, and then we're going to hop on a Zoom call to go over your business and your specific Facebook ad goals. And then based upon where you're at, I will give you a custom solution based upon your specific needs. So I will put that in the links below. And thank you for watching today's video. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps push this video out to the YouTube algorithm. That way more people just like you can watch this information and benefit from it just like you have. And if you have any other topics you'd like for me to cover, definitely just let me know in the comments below. The most popular and requested topics I get, I turn into videos just like this one. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss any valuable content that I put out on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it.